So question 10 says find an equation for the line with the given properties. Express your answer using either what's called general form or slope-intercept form of the equation of a line. So what's given is the slope is -2, and it's containing the point -3, 2. So in other words, it passes through the point -3, 2. So again, we want to write the equation, and it's got to be either in general form or slope-intercept form. And the equation's got to be in a simplified form. So general form looks like this: ax plus by is equal to c. So the x and y are on the same side of the equation. The a, b, and c have to be integers. They can't be fractions or decimals. A's actually got to be a positive value as well. Slope-intercept form is when we have y is equal to m, which stands for slope, times x plus this b, where the b is the y-intercept. So remember, m is the change in y over the change in x. In other words, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or we also call it the rise over the run. As far as the b goes, b stands for the y-intercept. In a y-intercept, the x value has to be 0, and then the y value represents the y-intercept. So looking at our information, they gave us the slope -2 and the point -3, 2. So if I want to graph it, what I can do is graph the point first, which is -3, 2. So -3 up to would be here. And then the slope, since the slope is a -2, we can write that as a ratio (-2/1). So the rise is actually a down direction. So from this point, if I go down 2 and then write 1, that locates a second order pair. So -2, 0 would also be on the line. So what I can do from there is I can just draw a line passing through those 2 points. So let's see if I can do that. So the line would be passing through those 2 points. It'd be something like that. Let's see if I can make that look a little bit better. So that's what the graph would look like. So again, what they want us to do, though, is write the equation of a line. So to write the equation of a line, the general form looks like there's too much work on this one. So my goal is to actually use the slope-intercept form. So I'm going to be using this equation right here as my answer. But to use this form, we have to know the slope and the y-intercept. Well, they gave us the slope, but this here does not represent the y-intercept because the x value is not a 0. So this just represents a point. So to start with, we're actually going to be using this formula here to create the equation of a line. So in the point slope form, we're going to be using y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So y1 and x1 represent the point. So notice how the x1 is the x coordinate, the y1 is the y coordinate. So these are going to be substituted in for the x1 and y1, and the slope is the m, which is a -2. So what I'm going to have then is y take away y1, which is a 2, is going to equal then the slope is a -2 times then this x take away a -3. Now, one of the things we pick up on is when you are subtracting a negative, that double negative makes that a positive. So what we have then is y minus 2 is equal to -2 times the quantity x plus 3. So when I use the word quantity, I'm implying parentheses. So there's the equation of a line in point slope form, but they want it to be in either want it in general form or slope-intercept form. I want to choose the slope-intercept form. So what I have to do is solve this equation for y. So to get y by itself, I need to first clean up the other side because I have to simplify that. So this y minus 2 is going to equal then, and we're going to distribute the -2 through the parentheses. So that -2's got to multiply to both of those pieces, both of those terms. And that's going to give you then -2 times x, which would be -2 times x. And the -2 times a +3 would be a -6, or we just write it as a -6. So then all I got to do is add a 2 to both sides to get the equation with y by itself. So the opposite of a -2 is a +2. So we have that math going on. So therefore we have y is equal to, because these two terms will zero out, the -2x comes down, and the -6 plus a 2 would be a -4. Because remember, if the signs are different, you subtract 6 minus 2 is 4. But since it's more negative, you have to keep it negative. So the equation that they're looking for is y equals -2x minus 4. So that's the equation. Notice how it says type an equation. So there's got to be a left side and a right side. So I have to put the y equals negative, what was that, negative 2x plus 4, or minus 4. -2x minus 4. Okay, so that would be your answer. Y equals -2x minus 4. Let me clean that up just a little bit. So -2x minus 4 would be the solution. So that's what they're looking for, and this would be a visual of what we have. This is the actual line. That's this view. So hopefully you find that helpful for question 10.